Hello, Miami. This is 305 Sports Now, your home podcast and channel for all things Miami sports related. I am Will, and today has been a very interesting day because there's been a lot of talk on social media, YouTube and Facebook and all these other channels of social media in regards to Deion Sanders. Now, what about Deion Sanders? Well, Deion Sanders in his documentary Coach Prime, which you can find on Amazon, decided to show a video of him dismissing one of his football players. The way that he orchestrated the dismissal was that he basically put it to a vote as far as a team vote whether this kid basically should be removed from the football team or not. All right. So he explained to the team though, and he had some players talk, et cetera, about how this kid messed up a couple times. He's not basically following protocol as what Coach Prime desires of his ball club. And he dismisses the kid, in front of everybody. And the kid ended up being, former highly regarded 4-star wide receiver out of Southridge from the very popular, much anticipated Storm 18 class from the University of Miami. All right, Mark Pope, the former Southridge standout wide receiver who played a few years at the University of Miami, then transfers, to Jackson State. Oddly enough, once again, re-entered the transfer portal in 2022. Now we found out why. He was basically dismissed by Deion Sanders and not allowed to play for Jackson State this season. Now, this is one of the things about Mark. I will not call Mark a victim. People are saying that Deion basically kind of, and some people are saying awake, depending where you read the comment section, bullied. Mark knew what he was getting into, and Deion Sanders, while a lot of coaches are selling building and they're selling their NILs, Coach Sanders is basically selling, the whole idea of social media. Okay, he understands that this generation is all about, the likes and and basically self-documenting their lives wherever they go, that he's basically telling the players that their brand will improve if they go to Colorado with him, or before that was Jackson State, because of the fact that he is all about that social media. Okay, all about that social media, being out there. As a matter of fact, many people have accused Coach Sanders of being a little narcissistic because it's all about him. I just think he's trying to capture what these kids. First of all, let's be honest. Okay, when he was a player, he was the ultimate showman, right? He was the ultimate showman. Whether he was in the Dallas Cowboys, 49ers, or Atlanta Falcons, it was about Prime, right? Prime was the center of attention with any team that he went to, right? Even his short little stint at Baltimore, he was an attention grabber. Same thing when he was doing commentary, on television. He was an attention grabber as well. So he's doing the same thing pretty much as a head coach. First at Jackson State, now at Colorado. Okay. Now I have nothing against it. What he's doing, it's just another way of recruiting that Deion is doing. These kids, again, they're all about brands of themselves, on their social media. They know that there's a market for their talent. So they're just basically posting stuff, and Prime is giving them an opportunity for the world to see what they do as far as Jackson State goes. I'm sorry, as far as Colorado goes. Right, and what he does. Now, here's the thing, though. In that regard, you take a lot of good because you're out there, but now we get into the bad, okay? When you're on camera 24/7, or you're filming yourself 24/7, or you're on social media a lot, or where you put out content after content after content, eventually people get to see who you are, all right, as a person and as an individual. And the world just saw that Mark Pope, who was at a Power 5 school, playing at a school that has won national championships in particular, left that program because apparently he wasn't with what was going on, wasn't following suits or falling in line with and that was with Manny Diaz at the time. I can't imagine what would have happened with Cristobal, at the helm. Goes to Jackson State, and Coach Prime was a much friendlier, disciplinary, though. I mean, a lot of people need to understand that Coach Prime is all about discipline, from how you wear your socks to can't wear your jersey with a hoodie on. Okay, he's very strict in that aspect, or at least with the uniform on, something like that. All right, I know he has a rule like that in particular. Also, because again, like he said in a 60 Minutes interview, he wants to put kids in the league, and that's what they have to follow. What I'm getting at is, what I'm getting at is, so he can't make it at Jackson State. So now people are now starting to wonder about the character or the work ethic of Mark Pope. Okay, like, oh wow, was Manning Diaz, he couldn't make it in UM, he couldn't make it now in Colorado, right now in Jackson State. Then what could have happened in particular. So people are saying that the argument people are having is, should Deion have done that? Should Deion have kept that on in his documentary? That's a debate that you could have. I personally don't have a problem with it. Let me tell you why I don't have a problem with it, because I think that when you go play for Coach Prime, you know what you're getting yourself into. It's kind of like if you play for Coach Cristobal. You know that when you play for Coach Cristobal, if you're skinny, he's gonna beef you up. He likes a certain type of player. The work ethic at the University of Miami is a very strict one. It's very regimented. He's a disciplinarian, so that's what you're gonna get out of Cristobal. Coach Prime, you're gonna get a camera in your face, all right, a phone in your face. You might get interviewed a few times. Why? Because that's what Coach Prime is about. He's about the brand, all right. He's about the talent, of course. He wants to win championships. Let's not get it twisted, okay. He's a winner, okay. And now he wouldn't have the job at Colorado, but he's about teaching kids how to brand themselves, all right, and become marketable. Hence the reason why he brought in Brittany Renner, right, who's a very popular social media individual, very popular in social media, to speak with the kids over at Colorado. All right, about whatever she talked about. I really didn't see what she said, but I'm assuming it was all about marketing and this and that and digital marketing, yada yada yada. Okay, so when you go to Colorado and you play for Deion Sanders, everything good and bad is going to be on television. So that's something that you have to think about. Okay, so with all the rumors about Kermani McLean, and we're going to talk about Kermani McLean next, all right, in another video, thinking about Colorado as far as Coach Prime in his ear about the brand, let it be known that if he doesn't fit the mold of what Deion Sanders wants to do, it's going to be on film. All right, at least that the Canes try to keep everything in house. All right, yeah, they have a good digital social media platform, but it's all about the football. All right, it's all about the football, and they only film when guests come in, and they edit it basically, pertaining to the guests. Like when Jimmy Johnson spoke to the players, they just show Jimmy. That's what I'm trying to say. Football practice is football practice, okay? And that's what you see. You don't see kids getting thrown off teams. You don't see, walking to the. I mean, you don't see a lot of things that you see with Coach Prime. Is what I'm trying to say. So that's pretty much it. Okay. So, was Deion Sanders right in doing it? To be honest with you, it is what it is. Okay. That's what you get when you go into a school where the head coach is about the brand and branding and teaching players how to brand themselves and the marketing on social media. And that's what you get. Okay. You get good and bad. Okay. So, guys, let me know what you think. Okay, if you like what you heard, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to 3 to 5 Sports Now. Once again, I am Will. Stay safe. God bless. See you soon.